Hello all. In this video we'll be learning how to write the JavaScript program. Before that we have to understand what is DOM. The full form of DOM is Document Object Model. So we'll see with one example. So suppose whenever we are launching any web application, that time one web application will have multiple web elements. It can be input box, buttons, radio buttons, and checkboxes or URLs or hyperlinks. So all these web elements together we call it as a HTML doc. As as the web elements are written with hypertext markup language, and together all the web elements are called HTML doc. So now as we have understand that JavaScript is a scripting language, and JavaScript can provide a dynamic behavior on the static web elements which are written in HTML. So how JavaScript can access and provide that dynamic options over the static tags. So for that, JavaScript is having one object, a default object residing inside it, which is named as document. So document is a object uh, by default JavaScript has, which provides the dynamic behavior over the static web elements of HTML. So however, as we have understood that HTML is a hosting language for the JavaScript, and JavaScript resides inside the HTML. So JavaScript cannot directly access all the web elements to help with dynamic behavior. So for that JavaScript can access these web elements to create a dynamic behavior. So whenever we are launching any web application over the browser, that time browser is having one API. Browser uses one API DOM to create a DOM structure or DOM view for these web elements. So DOM is nothing but a view of same mm, web elements which is created by the browser by default. All the browser has capability to call this DOM API to create a view structure for all the static web elements, and JavaScript can access the web elements through this DOM. So let us understand with an example. Yeah. So first, what we understood that what is DOM? DOM is an API interface which is provided by the browser itself. When a web page is loaded, browser creates a document object model of that page. With DOM, JavaScript can access and change all the elements in the HTML documents. So suppose there is one HTML code written. So you can see first we start with the HTML tag, then we have closed the head tag, open and close the head tag. Then inside the body we have one button, one input text field, and two paragraphs. So whenever we open this web elements in the browser will convert it to in the DOM view. So this is the DOM view. So each tag of HTML act as a node here. So you can see HTML tag here. HTML is a node. Next, head we have open and close, so head is a another node here. Then body is also another node. Button is now the another node. Next input, paragraph 1, paragraph 2. So this DOM view uh, has been created by the browser from this HTML tags, and this is the rendered view which user will get in the front end. So now whenever we write any JavaScript code inside the HTML, or like whenever we try to access this wave element, JavaScript access wave elements through this DOM. So as we have understood that JavaScript is having one default object which is document. So after that document dot get element by id, this one method uh, JavaScript is having same way, like it work it as a locator, like get element by id, get element by class. This way we can write the locators. And next, to access this paragraph 1, you can see we have used the tag as a demo 1 for this I demo 1 we have used as id for this tag, this first paragraph. So this demo 1 uh, we have like we will access. Then to change this static text to dynamic, we have to use another method, inner HTML. So once we write that inner HTML, now we can change this static text to any other dynamic text. So to understand in a better way, we'll write this program practically and we'll see how it is working. So first I'm creating one folder. Inside the folder, first I will open Notepad. So this Notepad I'll save it here in this path, and we'll name it as a practice. And this file type I'll change to markup language. And now we'll be started writing with HTML code. So basic HTML tags are needed to understand the JavaScript program. So first we'll start with HTML tag, open, and we'll close it. Next we'll write head tag, open, and we'll close the head. Next, inside the body, now inside the body we'll create one button, and to access this button we'll provide one ID so that JavaScript can access this button later. So for this button we'll name it as a submit. Then we'll close the button tag again. We'll create one input field. Input type will give text. We'll close the input tag. Then two paragraph will create. So first paragraph, ID will provide something. and another paragraph will create with some other text. So I will just copy and paste and change this ID. ID should be always unique. And we'll provide some text. Okay, then once you save this, you come to this folder, you will see you can open this same HTML in any browser. So I'll just open this and you can see we have got one button, one text field, two paragraphs. I'll just open the notepad in the same tab. Yeah. So now you can see that we have created some of the static web elements. However, if we want to create or if JavaScript want to access this static web element, then how we can do it? So for that, as I already mentioned, that JavaScript resides within the HTML itself. So for that we have to use one tag script. So we'll open and close the script tag. Yeah, now we'll write the JavaScript code. So first, as I told, JavaScript has default object which is a document. So we'll write document dot. Next we have to get the locator. So locator method as I said, get element by ID. So JavaScript is a case sensitive language, so we have to write very carefully, and it writes in a camel case. So first it will be with a small letter, then element E will be capital, B will be capital, I will be capital here. Yeah, get element by ID. So ID will take this ID, so demo1. Next, to get this text, we have to use another method in our HTML. Now we can change the text. So we'll write this is dynamic now. And same way we'll change the second paragraph also. So for that I will access it as a demo2 and we'll change the message to hello JavaScript. So now once you save this, and once you reload this static page again, you will see this static text will be changed it as a dynamic way. So now you can see this is dynamic and hello JS is getting printed. So this is the way JavaScript access the web element of HTML. However, first, whenever we are launching here in the browser, this HTML default tags are changing by the browser to DOM view. So from that DOM view, uh, our JavaScript code is able to access the elements and getting changed dynamically. So now suppose if we want to click here on this button and then we want to get printed something. So suppose we'll click on submit and we'll get the current date here. So how we can do it with JavaScript, we'll see this. So after this input text, I will create one blank paragraph. So we'll give ID at my date or something, and we'll close this. So as you can see, for other paragraphs we have something we have written. However, we will keep it as a blank so that our date will display over that blank paragraph. Okay. So now how to do that? So first we will write the default object document dot get element by id, and then we'll access the id. We'll access the id of this my date. Now we have to perform a click on this. So uh, we'll take this id, as we have to click over this button. So we'll take the button id, and then we'll perform click. So for that we'll create another function on click equal to, and for that we'll create a separate function for that. So we'll write display date. Display date. Now this display date is empty right now, so we'll create display date function. Inside display date, again we'll write the object document dot get element by id dot. Now we'll take this paragraph id, because we have to show display over here. Inner html equal to uh, uh, JavaScript has one built-in function date. So we'll call the date. We'll call the date. One second. Yeah. So we have done one mistake, that whenever we are creating one function in JavaScript, we have to write this function keyword, and then uh, the method which, like the function which we wanted to create, that we have to write, and then document dot get element by id, the id of the paragraph I have taken empty paragraph, and then dot inner html, and then the date. Date is a default, like built-in function in the html to show the date and time. So we'll write this, then we'll save it and refresh our web page once. Now if you click on this submit button, you can see the date and time it is showing over here. So this is the way we can like using JavaScript we can access the HTML tags, and we can create a dynamic behavior on the static web elements. So now we'll see what else can be done using JavaScript. So JavaScript can change all the HTML element and attribute in the page. So this we have seen how JavaScript can do that. Next, JavaScript can change all the CSS styles in the page. That also JavaScript can do. JavaScript can remove existing HTML element and attribute. JavaScript has power to do that also. Next, JavaScript can react to all the existing HTML event in the page. That JavaScript can create any animation, or if you click on the button, if you want to show any validation, those things JavaScript can do. JavaScript can create a new HTML event in the same web page. So all these JavaScript can do. So in today's video, we have learned what is DOM. So whenever any static web elements are there in the web pages, that our browser will create a DOM view, and from that DOM view JavaScript can access using his default object document. It can access the it can understand the DOM view, and then it access the HTML tags, and then it can create or it can provide a dynamic behavior in the static web elements. So how it can be done, that we have learned in today's video. So thank you all for joining today's video. We'll see more topic in next video.